Hi, this is Nick Millington, leader of the Safety Task Force, checking in here today from Severn Tunnel Junction, just inside South Wales here. I wanted in this blog to say thank you to my Safety Task Force programme board that has supported me now for 3 years. I also get to catch up with a colleague and friend of mine for nearly 30 years now, Paynter, who's equally as passionate about track worker safety. And then at the end of the blog, I share some thoughts on what I'm going to do next. So, for 3 years, the Safety Task Force has really focused and driven track worker safety. I've been the leader of the Safety Task Force, and I've been supported and challenged by a truly industry level programme board. And I want to thank all of the members of the Safety Task Force programme board for your support, your challenge, your time, your experience, and just about everything you've done to help me and help the drive with track worker safety over the last 3 years. It's been truly collaborative. The RMT, Unite and the TSSA represented from our trades unions. We've also had the Office of Road and Rail, the ORR, our safety regulator, and some really senior and experienced industry level colleagues from inside Network Rail. So Alex Hines, Martin Frobisher, Oliver Bratton, Rupert Lown, Alan Spence, and a couple more. So thanks to everyone in my programme board. Thanks for everything you've done in the last 3 years. I'll also take the opportunity to wish Alan Spence a happy retirement. Alan retires at the end of July. So thanks, Alan, for everything you've done to support railway safety over a considerable period of time, and I wish you well in your retirement. So, next steps for the Safety Task Force. We have just signed up 13 route level programme plans, so time-bound plans for the next 18 months that detail what each route is going to do from this point forward to continue embedding and driving track worker safety. A lot of the items on those plans you'll know well. It's protection of line blockages, warning systems, rail hub, and much more. So that's now the next stage of the task force is really driving at a route level the 13 time-bound plans. So as I said earlier, the next stage of this blog, I'm going to check in with one of my colleagues and friend for many years, Paynter. So here we go. So Brian, we've been friends and colleagues for nearly 30 years. I know we don't look it. And we grew up together working on the railway, on maintenance and track renewal sites, and we shared a passion for track worker safety. What does track worker safety mean to you?
Yeah, whatever role I've been in, Nick, as an engineer, project manager, programme manager, now project director, it's always been the most important thing to me, the safety of myself and the safety of my team on site.
And in 2005, in a split second, there was a tragic accident on one of our sites. What happened, Brian, and what did it mean to you?
Yeah, at Acton, on the Great Western Main Line, one of my team walked into the path of a passenger train, getting off an engineering train, and tragically got killed. And that is by far the worst experience of my career.
And it brings to life that in a split second lapse, a loss of situational awareness, something tragic can happen. Which kind of leads me on, Brian. You know, we've reduced near misses by 70% over 3 years, but they still happen. Situational awareness is now the key, or one of the key causations. What happened at Bristol Parkway a couple of weeks ago?
Yeah, so 9 of my team were walking the down line, thinking they had a line block of the down line, and their line block was actually on the up line.
Yeah.
The train approached them at over 100 miles an hour, and that team was a team of 9 people who were involved in a near miss that day.
So experienced people, a line block, you'd like to think they're safe, but they lost situational awareness. But something positive comes from that event. What's happened in the last month? What have we done to reduce the risk of that happening again?
Yeah, so I'm trialling and hoping to roll out nationally a programme of just identifying the track access points. Everything else on the railway is marked up, whether it's a signal gantry, overhead line gantry, platform, tunnel, bridge. Everything else has identification apart from the track. So my plan is to get a national agreement to roll out identification markers at every access point and critical locations.
And Brian, just recently, not far away from us here, you've just done a huge piece of work in the Severn Tunnel that links Bristol with South Wales. Just very briefly, 3,000 metres of track renewals, under the River Severn, no accidents. What are the key things that happen to make that, that successful and safe job?
Yeah, attention to detail in the planning.
Yeah.
Attention to detail in the execution.
Yeah.
And rigorous assurance of activities on site, whether they're construction, engineering or safety activities, just rigorous assurance of those activities on site.
Thanks, Brian, that's brilliant. And I just want to say another quick thank you to Brian. For those of you that don't know Brian has rolled out right across the country that How Do You Feel initiative. Brian, just a quick word about How Do You Feel?
So how would you feel if you're on one of your work sites, if you haven't got a defibrillator there, or in an office and you haven't got a defibrillator there? How are you going to feel if somebody has a cardiac arrest on that site or in the office?
So have a think about it, everyone. How would you feel if you didn't have a defibrillator near where you are now and something happened? Brian, thanks ever so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Nick. Cheers.
I have huge respect for Brian and the team. Behind me is the Severn Tunnel, which is a 7,000 metre tunnel under the River Severn that links South Wales with England. And last week, Brian's team renewed 3,000 metres of complete track renewal, accident-free inside the tunnel. Their work removed a temporary speed restriction that was causing 1,500 delay minutes per week to customers. So delivered safely, delivered for our customers. Brian, spot on. Thanks ever so much. So I'm going to check out now from this blog, but before I do, I've got a bit of an announcement to make. I've led the Safety Task Force now solidly for 3 years, and it's time now for me to move on, and I will be moving in a temporary capacity into a route director role in Wales. So I'll be the interim or acting route director in the Wales route. I'm obviously going to continue the safety drive. The Safety Task Force Programme Board continues, which I will sit on, but I get to reacquaint and get back in the chair with an operational railway, which I thoroughly enjoy. So I'll continue my video blogs, but they will have a Welsh flavour to them, which I hope you'll all enjoy. So that's Nick Millington now checking out from Severn Tunnel Junction here. All the best, everyone. Thanks ever so much. Bye-bye.